Trump. We might as well just get it over with. He's been on the news all day today. All day.
What happened? I haven't even been watching the news.
I was going to move us, but we can cover his face a little bit. I don't care.
Okay.
Now, I think I'm going to say some stuff very controversial today.
About Trump?
Yeah.
Like what? There's nothing you can say that's not controversial.
No, it's going to be controversial. With
like, because it's good.
No, not good, but in the sense that it means he's probably going to end up winning.
Oh, because of the stance that he's taking?
I just know how people are, how American people are. Anyway, today or every day, Trump defies the judge and gives a courtroom speech on a tense final day of the New York civil trial. Now, y'all know about the civil trial where Letitia, I think it's her name, right? Letitia or Tisha, the Attorney General for New York. They filed charges against him saying that he's a horrible businessman. And he fudged his records, which we all know. And 1 minute Mar-a-Lago's worth $18 million, the next minute it's worth $30 million.
People may say that's a shrewd businessman.
And according to him, the judge did it, but he filed the papers. He's very good at saying what's not true, but he's so good at saying it that his people listen to him. Like, he could come out and say anything and they'll listen. Mm-hmm. So at this point, he's made it like it's a witch hunt and they're after him, which there is a part of what he's saying is true. I do believe they are after him.
But they say it every day.
No. They trying to make it seem like this is just a normal us going after a businessman.
But think about it. They say it every day, like on The View.
Right.
And other people have said, we need to bring him down. We need to stop him. Fred Flintstone said
they feel like he may win. And so they're throwing everything in but the kitchen sink to try to figure out how to make this man not win. Mm-hmm. They don't care what it looks like anymore. They don't even care if you want to say they're not trying to hide it. Like when people be like, they're after him. People don't care anymore.
Yeah, they are after him. They don't want that bonehead in the White House.
So they don't care. So, but because they feel like he's going to be a dictator and he's going to do a whole bunch of stuff.
He says he is. He don't even know if he is.
Yeah. I watched his thing too. We'll talk about that. His town hall, the same time as the debate.
Because he made a comment even after.
So he's gone on trial and he's already been found guilty. So all that they're trying to figure out now is how much money is he in for. So they trying to go for $500 million, looks like, for the judge to rule in their favor, the prosecutor. Mm-hmm. So he's saying it's a witch hunt, and also he can't do business in New York anymore with all of that. He's called the judge every name in the world.
Trump Towers down?
No, the Trump Towers never belonged to him. That all came out in the trial. See, no one really looked at the trial. Yeah. The Trump Towers don't belong. The Trump Towers don't belong to him. He doesn't own the Trump Towers. The bank owns the Trump Towers.
Oh, okay, for that.
And he went bankrupt several times. And one of the things that the bank said, okay, you don't have to pay us back, but we want to use your name.
Yeah.
Because your name is worth something. Yeah. People actually think you're worth something.
Right. We're going to milk that till the cow dies.
So let's keep your name on the building and then we'll get our money back from people thinking that you own the property, it's yours, and it just makes you look good. It makes you look like you got money and you're worth something, and you know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. So the bank was like, we want to use your name. It's almost like he's good at, he's an entertainer. Uh-huh. And he's good at utilizing name or image or to sell yourself. Uh-huh. That's what he's good at. Mm-hmm. And he sold himself to the Trumpsters. So he's good at that. So that's what they want.
But you know what is so sad that we're living in a country where you even said it along the lines of religion. Mm-hmm. You said you can start your own church.
You can start your own church.
And you don't even have to even know the true spirit, the faith. You can make up your own religion.
If you are good.
And have followers.
If you are, what they say, an oracle or whatever, if you're good at speaking and you have, like me, I have, and I'm not bragging, but I'm funny, I'm entertaining, And I can get up in front of a crowd and talk gibber, and even say I'm saying gibber, but people don't care because I'm funny and entertaining.
And this is how
they don't care if I'm telling the truth or not.
This is an example that I can give, not to toot our horns. In our old ministry, we were licensed evangelists. So we can actually go and do a married wedding and burials and stuff. And we had to minister. Each one of us had an opportunity to minister on a Friday.
In front of the church.
In front of the whole, and we had over 2,000 people. So that was a beautiful thing. And our pastor, he was very funny, very comical. And sometimes he'll be ministering and he'll go totally off of something. Right. And we'd be laughing so hard, peeing on ourselves. Right. She had the same anointing. Right. Now, when it was her time to minister that Friday, Kim went forth. I wasn't there, but I heard about the feedback. The other evangelists later on, they'll what's the word? Evaluate you or whatever.
Right. They sit out and
say, you know what? Maybe your scriptures probably should have been blah, blah, blah. Or you seem like you was a little nervous, whatever. Right. They tried to slam her.
They tried to slam me.
She had everybody laughing. And even the elders above was like, you funny.
Because everybody was laughing and having a wonderful time.
You missed a scripture. You should have said John 7:22. Right. And you're like, really? But you still got your point across with the gift of calling that you had. Correct. To make people just...
And the people who didn't know me were saying, oh, you know, she was laughing and whatever, was a nervous laugh, whatever. And there was one person, I remember his name, Ted, I'll say his name. He was the only person that stood up and said, no, I know her personally. That's her.
That wasn't a nervous laugh.
Kim wasn't acting. She wasn't doing anything. She was being herself. Yeah. And herself is likable, and people like her and they want to listen to her.
And she really had the same spirit that our leader had.
Exactly.
He was jealous.
Because at this point, if you see somebody else, and see, that's how a lot of Black people are, period. It's that crab mentality. If you see somebody that got something that you feel like you could at least, in my opinion, mentor it. Yeah. Why are you competing against it?
Yes.
Why don't you mentor it and go, you know what? I want you to be better and you should be better than me.
Yeah.
But that's not
the mindset of most teachers.
That's how people
You're teaching a kid, that kid's going to excel. You feel like I planted something in him.
But I think he was nervous because he probably felt I could go off and start my own church and don't know nothing.
And carry people with you because they love you and your personality, how you talk. And that's how Trump is.
That's how he is. He's very, he got to be in the spotlight and he wants no one else in the spotlight. So he was at this trial and he told the judge, and you already know the judge doesn't like him and he don't like the judge. He's been talking about the judge the whole time.
Yeah, who's going to like you if you don't?
So he wanted to do the closing arguments. He didn't want his attorneys to do in a legal matter. He wanted to do the closing arguments.
The stage. Move out. I got the stage.
And the judge said, no, I don't want you to do the closing arguments. In other words, he said, I don't trust you. I want your attorneys to do it the right way. And so he turned that down.
He knew it was going to be like a townhouse thing.
So at the last minute, right when it was time to do the closing arguments, his attorneys got up, did the closing arguments, and he said, may I ask one question, Judge? And the judge said, yes. He said, my client, he was talking about Trump, would like to just speak for like 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Just not a closing argument. He just wants to say a few words in his defense. And the judge actually said yes. I don't know why the judge said yes. Maybe the judge said yes because he didn't want him to go out and say, the judge didn't even let me speak.
Did he speak for 2 minutes?
He got up and he spoke. And of course, he said the same thing. It's a witch hunt. It's a sham. The attorney general's nothing. She's coming after me. Racist. And then he was done. Then he came out in the courthouse and he said the exact same speech. Okay. So that's it. Now it's in the hands of the judge. He'll probably throw the book at him, because he doesn't like him and nobody does. Okay. And also they prove their case that he's a criminal. Okay. And to the tax man, he'll say something's worth less. And then when somebody's trying to buy something or appraise it, he'll say it's worth more. Right. He's a hustler.
Yeah. Yeah, and he got caught in his hustle.
He's a hustler. He's a crack dealer.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that goes to on in the hood and sells something for $5 because he know don't nobody got no money, and then he'll go to Fifth Avenue in New York and sell the same crack pipe for $200. That's him. He's a hustler though.
Okay,
but he doesn't hide it.
Well,
he lets you know I'm a hustler.
I know, and he lets you also know some things he's doing is illegal.
And that's why I said I'm going to say some stuff that people may not like.
Like what?
I think the American people want a hustler.
They do. They're tired of the politicians.
They're tired of the politicians.
Stale.
They want
concerned with their little suits on.
They want Hustle Man from the Martin Show.
Yes.
What do you got under the coat?
He had like 5 pigeons that he didn't barbecue. He got a big old pizza box. Have you pay the big pizza box amount and pull out a little tiny single serving? Man, you just ripped me off. And then he'll leave. He talked to you in the car at the same time stealing your hubcaps, and you can't drive nowhere.
You got me, Hustle Man. You got me, Hustle Man. But that's what America wants.
Yeah. We're tired.
They want a Hustle Man because they know what's in his pocket. Mm-hmm. He's a hustle man. Versus somebody who shows up in a nice suit who's still doing the same exact thing he's doing to you.
But you know what?
But at least with a hustle man, I know he's a hustle man.
I may sound controversial too with this comment.
Uh-oh. When have you ever been controversial?
I know, but still. I mean, and you may laugh because you're like, that's not controversial.
Go ahead.
Cheney as vice president.
I'd
rather have him and his roughness and how he handled things than this moron. That's what I mean.
Oh,
Cheney was
that's
tough.
Controversial. I don't want him.
That's not but think about it. He was rough. Things got done. People say pretty much Bush was not. Cheney was running.
Cheney was the president.
But I don't want this kind of hustle. I don't want this kind where you breaking laws.
Well, let me say something.
But I like a little roughness in the politics because we need somebody to be in the when they do their meetings.
Yeah.
Just say, Margaret Taylor Greene, be quiet. Sit down.
Yeah.
I want people like that.
She won't say nothing if Trump is there.
But I'm just saying, I want somebody to just kind of challenge them and be head on.
But let me tell you,
acting crazy, remove him. We need that.
Let me tell you why I get what you're saying, but it doesn't fit Trump. You know why? Somebody say they don't like it, but who cares? Because if the hustle man is on your side, then you don't mind.
How is the hustle man on your side? He's not hustling you.
No. If the hustle man is on your side, which means he's out hustling for you. That's how people see him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the clean and the swap thing he says.
He's hustling for me.
He's hustling for you. You know he's
even said it. This is for you
This
guys.
is for you. I don't care either way. I'm doing this for you. And I'm telling y'all, that's what... See, everybody... The Democrats are stupid. They don't understand. They keep coming out...
Back to the play checkers.
They play checkers.
He's trying to play chess.
And the Republicans are playing chess. Mm-hmm. They keep thinking, and this is Biden and the other Democrats, we're just going to keep telling people that he's a dictator and he's a scumbucket and he's no. The more you say that,
they want it.
The more they want him. Why do y'all keep saying that?
If you were
they want somebody who the judge says, sit down and be quiet, and he stands up. They wanted the guy who jumped over the thing at the judge. They remember the black guy who jumped over the thing at the judge?
They pretty much want somebody that's similar to a Putin or Kim.
They want a dictator. Yeah. As long as he's doing what... See, people in Russia who are on Putin's side are happy.
Yeah.
They drinking champagne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honoring his crazy.
He on my side. I'm good. Mm-hmm. That's what they want.
Okay.
So that was
understanding that
was in the trial.
Charisma that he has and what he stands for.
And what he stands
as a hustler.
For a hustler.
Hustle for us, man. Go ahead, Commander-in-Chief.
Once they finish they rest the case and everything's done. Mm-hmm. The judge in the Trump silver fraud trial got a bomb threat ahead of the closing arguments. Was ahead of the closing arguments. The one that told him not to talk? Mm-hmm. The bomb squad was called to Judge Arthur's home and was investigating Thursday morning It is unclear whether the judge was home at the time. Police on Long Island responded Thursday morning to a bomb threat at the home of the judge, who is presiding over President Silver trial. A source with direct knowledge of the situation told NBC News. The threat came hours before closing arguments in the trial were scheduled to begin, with those arguments expected to proceed. So right before the closing arguments, there was a bomb threat to the judge.
Remember when civil rights movement was just starting? The beginning of it, and any blacks or whites or Jews,
everybody got in trouble.
They got in trouble.
They burned Malcolm X's house down.
I'm just saying that same spirit is going against. They don't want you to take away or change. So the fact that this judge is going against him, Trump, to sit down, be quiet, his mega crazies.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna tell him no more. I'm gonna get you. It's that. And I think some people in our politics and in our country are afraid of that. Because once this man, handcuffs, clean, orange suit.
But he said it.
Riot.
He said it. He didn't say those words.
Get him.
He didn't say those words, but he pretty much said, if I don't win.
Yes. All hell gonna break loose.
He pretty much said
January 6th to the 25th.
That's what he said.
That's what it.
He just didn't say those words.
And people are afraid of that, so they tiptoeing a little bit.
Right.
There's a few bold.
So the only way that I believe he will lose is it will have to come the day of. I don't think people were going to tell people what they're going to do. There might even be some Republicans who vote against him, but they can't say anything.
I don't know.
They don't want civil unrest all year. Mm-hmm. So it'll wait till it gets up until the time to where it's time to vote. And then that's where we won't know until we won't know until the last minute when the numbers start coming in, who's going to win.
Just do, I'm not being funny, but just do country, military, police officers, what y'all was trying to do when we had the Million Man March.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all was shaking in y'all boots. 1 million black men down at the Capitol, at the White House. They had their little armed guards.
And it was peaceful.
It was very peaceful. Just be ready like that.
They won't be.
When this man is ching.
Right.
And locked up.
Right. Which I don't believe will ever happen.
We'll see.
He'll leave the country before that happens.
Okay.
So that's basically, he just acted up today. He acted up.
He always acts up.
Yeah.
I told Mom, I said, if there's anything mentally going on with him, a breakdown needs to really happen. You said it won't matter.
Right.
But to some it will.
Right.
If he just does a Mitch McConnell moment.
Right.
Okay. People go, what's going on? What's going on?
Now,